I would like to thank NSSF, the National Social Security Fund, for giving us savers such a good return on our savings. 11.5% return annual is really very good. I think this is higher than what we got last year. I would like to salute them for giving us such a very good return amidst a volatile economic environment that we are facing. So, NSSF board, the finance ministry, and the government in general, thank you very much. I would also like to salute the newspapers, the New Vision, for giving us this quote and giving us the breaking news of the 11.5% and what it means for workers. And salute more the Daily Monitor for the analysis that they made onto the hypothetical and the analysis that they gave that in case someone has saved and earned 100 million shillings from NSSF, what are the different scenarios? Who gives more return and the other? Both from what basing on the NSSF, they try to look at the bond that are giving 15%, the unit trust that are 12%, the equity, which the 20% is misleading up there because they talk of 13 and 9%, and the real estate that they exaggerated at 25%. But all the same, they gave us a clue. Unfortunately, a typical Mohamed Kachika, the way I operate, you can see the newspaper is still sealed. I haven't even opened them, since Friday. But I'm able to make my own analysis because, like I always do, I'm always a practical person. And I don't base my scenarios onto what would be like, what it would be like. I take you to the actual environment, what the actual environment is. Like in this case of what they used of 100 million, that was on Friday. By Sunday, I had already made my own decision to make, basing on what they had already given to us. To me, if I earned 100 million from the NSSF, how would I invest it? Or how have I invested it? Don't take Mohamed Kachika's picture as to be a standard one, because Kachika is a person who presumes that you don't get NSSF to start. You get NSSF to consolidate. The NSSF is given to 45-year-old and upwards, meaning that this is not for starters. When you are 25 or 35 or 40, they don't give you NSSF. So the assumption is that they are giving you this money, for instance, the one in question, 100 million, not to jumpstart you, not to start your life. The assumption is that you have worked for so many years. You should just be, moving on with your life. The same way to me it is, that if I'm getting 100 million from NSSF, this is how I would invest it. 100 million from NSSF, I've already called my supplier of heifers. 100 million from NSSF, because I already have the infrastructure in place. I already have the fodder, I already have the cow feed, I already have the herdsmen, I already have the manpower. 100 million is enough for me to buy good heifers from Kiruhura, from Kazo, from, Western Uganda, from good farms. I don't go there myself. I have my contacts. Those that are interested, I'll give them the contact. I've already been given to the pictures of the heifers that I can get from. Now, if you want a heifer that is a first cover, for the first time and a good one, it will go for 5 or 5.5 million. The one that is, expecting, the one that is in calf, 5 to 6 months and upwards, which it will give you a calf in the next 3 or 4 months. So that goes for about 5.5. So in 100 million, you are likely to get 15 heifers to 18. If you go for the second calvers, the one that are expecting for the second calf, you know, which is still in calf, 5 to 6 months, that goes for about 6.5 million. I'll still get about 16 heifers. Now it is these 15 heifers that I expect to be giving me milk in the next 3 or 4 months and giving me calves. If I buy 15, I can expect at least to get about 10 calves. Anything can happen. Out of the 15 that you have purchased, some 2 or 3 can have issues. But owing to the experience that I have now with the cows, probably 2 or 3 can have issues. Now let me count until 12 cows or heifers. And let me count until at least attaining about 10, calves. And then milking about 12 or 15 cows. I can't give you the actual statistics, but I'm just giving you a scenario of how to invest. What the monitor gave was from liquid assets into other liquid assets. It was a fair comparison, but why bring in the real estate? Mohamed Kachika is for pro-agriculture, and I would prefer to have a thorough debate with some people on a proper forum, and I show to you. But the people prefer to debate these issues on the table. I want someone to come and visit me and I show you what 100 million shillings can do if you went into dairy farming. At least the type of my dairy farming, the organic dairy farming. I'm not talking about buying upper end heifers. I'm not talking about constructing those cow shelter, or 100 million will give you only 5 heifers and a cow shed that is 30 million. But if you go for my model, you have a likelihood of getting between 15 to 20 heifers, and good ones for that matter, the ones that are manageable. And then you will roll on. So I'm not talking to a starting person. At least I've been into farming for over 10 years. And I'm into this dairy sector for some years. For sure, I'm calling for anyone who wants a thorough debate, whether to invest the way that these people are portraying, or to get 15 to 20 heifers out of 100 million of your NSSF. And we see who will have a better return after 1 year or after 10 years. I don't want to take it so far, because 100 million, if you got 10 heifers, or 15, or 20, you are likely to be having 100 cows after 5 years. You can take me onto that and we can have a thorough debate about it, and I'll show you how it is done. The difference between Mohamed Kachika and other people who are discussing these issues theoretically is that Mohamed Kachika has always invited you to come to his farm and clearly see how it is done. Please give me 100 million. I'll show you how it will multiply into 500 million in terms of value if you invested into the dairy sector or into agriculture. I've already ordered for my cows. They're on the truck. I can show to you. At least I can clearly show to you. They're on their way from Kiruhura up to here. I don't get money from NSSF and then put it into equity. From paper money to other paper money. When shall this country ever develop? When shall we ever have assets? And I don't also agree into real estate. What can you do with 100 million into real estate? Thank you.